Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Monday Morning with Mo. As you probably know, I am Mo DeWitt, and we are here every Monday morning to answer your legal questions every morning at 8 a.m. on Facebook, YouTube Live, or wherever we can find a place to put this thing. So as always, if you do have any legal questions, give us a call, shoot us an email, 407-536-6737, and you can leave a voicemail on that line. We'll answer it on the show, get back to you, whatever you ask us to do. And then, of course, you can email us, ask@dewittlaw.com. But before we jump into it this morning, I did want to let everybody know, Sunday, December 6th, we have an event coming up. So it's going to be at Fun Spot Orlando. If you haven't been there before, Fun Spot, they have go-karts and roller coasters and all sorts of fun stuff. But space is limited, so if you want to come join us, you go ahead and register at justcallmo.eventbrite.com. Register there. Give us your shirt size as well, because we'll have free shirts for everybody, some merchandise, you get free food, free non-alcoholic drinks. So it should be a good time. So Sunday, December 6th, that afternoon, just please make sure you register ahead of time so that we do know how many people to expect and how many people to let Fun Spot to know to expect. So should be a fun little day there, absolutely free, no cost to you. And so come out and join us at Fun Spot. So, also, if you want to keep up with like our events and all that kind of stuff that we're doing, go ahead on our website, dewittlaw.com, or even I think it's on justcallmo.com too. Just request our newsletter, and you'll get that every month. Kind of tells you what events we're doing and keeps you up to date on all that. And that's the list that we use to mail notifications out and stuff like that. So if you're already on our newsletter list, you should have last week I think gotten an invitation, or it might be coming this week. So go ahead and register, and hopefully we'll see you guys out there on Sunday, December 6th. So anyways, let's get right to it. First question here this morning is from Eric. And Eric says, "Hey, Mo, I have a question, and you're the smartest, most trustworthy lawyer I know." Thanks, Eric. Starting my day off right today. So I work for, I won't say the name of the company, and obviously they have policies and procedures that I totally understand. Unfortunately, during these 2020 times, certain policies have been changed due to COVID. That's understandable. One policy is that you get your vacation, or to get your vacation time, you must work a certain amount of time per month to accrue that time. I was out for almost 3 weeks due to COVID. The state mandate and the public policy was for me to stay out of work until my results were available, or I was out for 14 days. My test happened to be one of the tests that was destroyed by a bad lab when they were messing up the test results. Due to that, I lost vacation time, and the company basically told me I was out of luck. Is there anything that can be done about this? It's literally only 10 hours, but it was something out of my hands. And for some, I won't read that part. Basically, wants to know if there's anything you can do about it. And so, Eric, unfortunately, there's not a whole lot you can do about it. Florida is a right-to-work state, an at-will employment state. So basically, from a legal standpoint, you really have no legal remedy to try to sue them or demand that they give you your vacation time. They're, entitled to put policies and procedures in place. That's what they did, and they're following them here. Unfortunately, you just kind of got dealt a bad hand. So what I would recommend doing is, approach management if you can, and basically let them know, hey, I was trying to follow the policies and procedures here. I didn't want to expose other employees to COVID. I was really trying to help you guys out, and because of that, and because of kind of a string of bad luck here, I wasn't able to get that vacation time, and see if they might make an accommodation for you. They may not, but I think it's at least worth approaching them and seeing if they might be able to help you out here. Obviously, but from a legal standpoint, they have no obligation to do that. So you can certainly ask, be nice, and say, hey, will you help me out here? Excuse me. If not, you're kind of out of luck at that point. Not a whole lot you can do to really force their hand from a legal standpoint. Just a string of bad luck, unfortunately, that caused you to be out there. But, I mean, you did do the right thing by staying out and not potentially exposing other employees to COVID. But obviously didn't really work out for you. So certainly sorry about that, Eric. Moving on, I won't say this individual's name because it's a little bit of a sensitive topic. But it says, is it unlawful to have hidden cameras in my home recording my husband's abusive behavior? My understanding is that audio recordings have to be announced. If so, is there any way around that? All right. So in Florida, we are a two-party consent state, meaning that if you're recording audio, both parties have to consent to it. And this only applies if there's an expectation of privacy. So if you're out in a public park recording with your iPhone, of course, you don't have to shout to everybody, I'm recording audio. There's no expectation of privacy there. However, in a home, there would certainly be an expectation of privacy within the home. The living room, bedrooms, bathrooms, all would have an expectation of privacy. You could still put up cameras outside the home that aim on the front door and the driveway and the yard that would record audio, and you wouldn't have to have anyone consent to that or put up notice. The only real way around putting audio recordings in the home would basically be to put a sign on the front door that says audio recording in progress, or that you may be subject to audio recording. For your purpose, that doesn't sound like that's really a great solution, to be honest with you, because I'm sure your husband probably wouldn't be thrilled by that. But Florida is a two-party consent state, meaning that both parties need to be aware that there's audio recording going on. Other states are one-party consent state where only one party needs to be aware, which we're not. Obviously, a one-party consent state would make things a lot easier. I think it's actually I think it's a second or third degree felony in Florida to record someone without their knowledge. So definitely don't want to do that, especially when there's an expectation of privacy. Not a great solution here. Now, you can still probably record video if, again, you want to be cautious, though. You want to make sure that the other party knows about the video if you're going to record it anywhere that there's an expectation of privacy. So wish I had a better answer for you there or something more helpful. But unfortunately, I think if you're starting to record people in the home without their knowledge or consent, you could get yourself into a little bit of trouble there. So certainly be careful of that. So next up is from Kyle, and Kyle contacted us last week, and I thought he was pulling our leg a little bit about a friend of his who had been declared dead by the Social Security office. So Kyle actually reached back out to me. He said, nope, I wasn't pulling your leg. It wasn't a hypothetical. His friend's parents actually faked her death, not sure how, but her Social Security disability benefits quit coming, and when she called them to ask, they said that she was marked as deceased after paperwork was submitted by her next of kin. She can't get a job because her Social Security number is apparently invalid as she's deceased. So, crazy story. I'd love to know more about this, Kyle. I'd love to know, first of all, why her next of kin would submit paperwork as to what, saying that she was deceased. Were they trying to get life insurance benefits? Was there some sort of monetary gain? Were they just being vindictive? Did they think it was a cruel joke? Certainly an interesting situation. And as we talked about last week, this actually happens to about 7,500 people a year, and the Social Security office does have a procedure for it to go ahead and correct it. And what they'll do is to basically issue you a letter that you can carry around with you to bring to the bank, bring to the credit card company, bring to employers that basically says, hey, they're in the process of fixing my Social Security number. I'm not really dead. It is a valid and active number. So crazy, weird situation. If you want to message us more details, if you know more details, love to hear it. Certainly a unique situation, but I guess it does happen to about, like I said, 7,500 people a year from what I saw. Something you never really think about, I guess, until it happens to you. So hopefully she can get that fixed quickly, because I'm sure that's a royal pain. So anyways, as always, any legal questions, give us a call, 407-536-6737. You can also text that number if you want to, or shoot us an email, askask@dewittlaw.com. Last question here actually came in during the show last week from Rachel. Rachel was asking, how much does it cost to change back to my maiden name? I'm a widow. So just so people know this, if you're going through a divorce, as part of the divorce, you can restore your maiden name. And typically there's no extra charge for that from the county. They don't charge an extra filing fee. It's just part of the divorce, and you can go ahead and revert back to your maiden name. Here in Rachel's case, she's a widow. So she would have to file a name change petition with the county. I did look it up for the filing fees, $415 in Orange County. May vary slightly from county to county. Now, since you're restoring back to a prior name, you shouldn't have to do a background check. Typically, though, if you are changing your name, it's not restoring it to a prior name, you would have to submit to a background check through FDLE. So I would just go down to your local clerk or court office. They probably have the paperwork packet there that you can fill out and go ahead and submit that. It shouldn't be too difficult, but If you do have any questions about it, go ahead and give us a call. Happy to help you with that any way that I can. So as always, guys, certainly appreciate you watching this. Thank you for sticking with us. And again, if you want to come out and join us on Sunday, December 6th, we'd love to have you. Just go to justcallmo.eventbrite.com. Go ahead and register. It should be a fun time. Hopefully we'll have some good weather, and if not, we'll have some good people out there. So absolutely free. Would love for you to join us. Otherwise, have a great week. Stay safe out there, and I will see you next Monday morning at 8 a.m. here on Monday Mornings with Mo. Take care, everybody.